Hey guys, it's AlluringSimmer here, back with a new video, and in this video we are doing a tips video that I'm going to be calling Llama Lessons. So basically every Friday I'm going to be showcasing some random tips that will help you guys with your Sims 4 gameplay. For this Llama lesson we're going to be doing how to save money in The Sims 4, and if you're wondering why I'm calling them llama lessons, it's mostly just to do with the fact that llamas have been something that have been a part of the Sims franchise for a long time, and I just thought it would be a fun way to incorporate that into my new series. So let's get started. So for tip number 1, it's repair, never replace, and as you could see in that little clip before, to replace this sink it would have been 125 simoleons, and to repair the sink it's free. You'll increase your handiness skill, and also there will be a chance to scavenge through the trash, and most times you'll find parts to either upgrade your items, or you can use those parts and sell them in order to make some money off of that. Also, even calling a repairman in this case would be cheaper than replacing the items. So think about it that way the next time you are considering replacing an item. So my next tip kind of contradicts the last one, but it's basically no service, no problem. And what I mean by that is anything that a service person could do, you could do it yourself, at least in The Sims 4. So for example, if you see that something needs to be cleaned, rather than hiring a maid that's going to cost a lot of money per day, just clean it yourself. Kind of along the same lines as the other tip is to save money by, instead of hiring an entertainer, mixologist, and caterer, either hire a sim that you already know so you don't have to pay the 250 simoleon fee, or go to a nightclub or lounge where there most likely will already be a mixologist and caterer. And if you really need an entertainer, I would definitely stick with the nightclub route because there's generally someone who's already there to entertain, or just entertain the Sims yourself. Tip number 3 is to invest your earnings, and I mean that in more ways than one. If you are in the business career, then you're able to invest by going through the investor branch once you hit like level 6, I think, and then you'll be able to actually invest and earn money from that. Also, another way I mean that is that basically if you have 2 items that you may want to purchase the one that you think is going to be more useful first. For example, I would purchase a computer before I would purchase a TV, just because the computer has more options for things to do and it just makes more sense. So tip number 4 is the trash that pays you back, and what I mean by that is if you purchase the nano can instead of a regular trash can, every time you throw something in there, you'll earn 10 simoleons per sim in your household. Obviously there's a little bit of a cooldown time in between, so like each time you put something in there you have to wait a couple seconds before you can put something else, but I think it's worth it in the long run because if you have a lot of Sims living in your household, you can earn up to 80 simoleons per sim every time something gets thrown in the trash. So for my next tip, I say that buy debug equals free clutter. And what I mean by that is buy debug if you use cheats, and this is the only tip that I have that includes cheats. Buy debug will be your best friend when it comes to clutter, only because half the items that are in buy debug mode you can't access in any other way, and it's a great way to add clutter items that are free or really like for a really low amount of simoleons. So for example, I just showed a few things in this clip so you guys can kind of have an idea of what things you can add, but if you've never used this sheet before and you want to find a way to add more clutter, I would definitely check it out, just because these are items that will already match the game because they're part of the game, and most of the items are free. So for tip number 6, aka my final tip, it is to get a library card, and not in a literal sense. You don't actually have to get a library card to access the library in The Sims 4, but what I mean by that is basically instead of purchasing books at home or purchasing a bookshelf, you can go to the library and read those same books for free. The only books that I would recommend possibly purchasing is children's books, just because they're cheaper and you tend not to find those as much in the library. So yeah, definitely go to the library. It'll put your Sims in a better mood, and it's a great way for them to get out of the house and save money while doing it. So that is all for this week's llama lesson. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite tip was, and also let me know ideas for things that you may want to see in future lessons. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you want to see more videos like this. Be sure to turn post notifications on to be notified when I have a new video out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!